Hey everyone, it's Steve the Outback Gamer. Today I'm joined by my son,
Rafael.
and we are doing our top 5 games that we like to play with each other. So this might be a good list for you if you have young kids like I do. Do you want to get straight into it, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
My number 5 is One Night Ultimate Werewolf because it's like a game that you have to like. It's like a game that you can tell who's like a werewolf. If the werewolves get caught by the villagers and all like robbers and the troublemaker, and don't forget.
What happens if the robbers? What happens if the werewolves get caught?
They lose.
And so how do the werewolves win?
They if the villagers did not know that.
Ah, very good. All right, what would you rate this game out of 10?
I'll probably say 10.
Oh, very good. So it's going to be a good top 5 then.
Yeah.
Okay. So Raphael's number 5, One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
Yeah.
My number 5 game to play with Raphael is Ticket to Ride. I've got the Europe version here because it's a little bit easier than the American version. Ticket to Ride was the first game that Raphael and I played together. In fact, it's the first game I played with all of my family. And it's just such a great game. Although he might not understand all of the strategy and plans that go on, he just loves the trains. And the last time we played, he absolutely smashed us. So he's definitely competitive, even if it is just a little bit of luck. So my number 5, Ticket to Ride, specifically the Europe edition.
My number 4 is Thanos Rising because I like this game because it's like Infinity War, superheroes versus Thanos, and then Thanos is rising, and then killers get killed and bad guys get killed, and so they get killed in like 2 different ways.
Okay, now in this game, is it everyone for themselves, or is it people working together?
It is working together.
That's right. So it's a cooperative game, and it's really accessible because of all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they use the artwork from that. So it's very familiar to people who have seen any of those movies. So Raphael's number 4?
Yep.
Thanos Rising. My number 4 game to play with my son is King of Tokyo. Now, King of Tokyo is a game where you can win in multiple ways, but you can also lose in multiple ways. And Dad, as in me, is not very good at this game. I think I've lost every time we've played.
Yeah.
Maybe I've won once, maybe, if I can recall. But generally I lose because I either go for the big kill and try and stay in the city too long, or I try to be too safe and end up with not enough points. Raphael, you win this game a fair bit, hey?
Yeah, because sometimes when I get damaged, I leave the city so I can re-heal, and then I can go back into the city, and then I have lots of hearts again.
Yeah, see, that's already a better tactic, and he's only 6 years old. I should also note, with all of these games too, this is a list I'm doing with my son, but I have 3 kids, and all 3 of my kids play this game. In fact, all 3 of my kids play all the games that I'm talking about today. So my number 4 is King of Tokyo.
My number 3 is King of Tokyo, like my dad, because I usually like this game when I play, because it's probably this one, because I like it when sometimes I come second, sometimes I come third, because sometimes I get killed by my mummy.
That's true. Mum is very good at this game.
Yeah.
Who is your favourite character to play with in the game? The Panda Kai?
Yeah, Panda Kai.
Yeah, you always choose him. And Kong, you can choose the Kong a fair bit too.
Yeah. So yeah, I like it because I like the little tiles and I can spin it. And so if there's like there's like five different ones. 1, 2, 3, and a claw in the heart. Sometimes I get lots of hearts. Sometimes I get lots of claws. Sometimes I get lots of 3s or 2s or 1s.
Very good. Okay, well, so Raphael's number 3, a crossover with My number 4, King of Tokyo.
Yep.
My number 3 game to play with my son is Downforce.
Force.
Downforce is a racing game, and I like it because it doesn't matter if you pick a car that loses, you can still win by making some smart decisions and some smart bets. I generally win this game, and I don't like it because I win it, but I generally win this game because when I play with Rafael, Rafael tries to buy every single car, spends all of his money on his cars, so it doesn't matter what happens in the race, he's never in a position to win, which is probably why it doesn't appear on his top 5. But I quite like it. So my number 3 is Downforce.
Yep. Okay, my number 2 is Camel Up. Because I like the camels and I like how they race. So it's like this temple, and everyone has to get the best bets, and whoever gets their color they betted and the color they want to win. So and their color they are wins.
Yeah. So again, lots of different ways to get points in Camel Up. I like that. With the camels stack on top of each other, and sometimes you get a crazy camel that makes every other camel go backwards if it's on top of it.
Yeah.
So you never really know if your camel's in first or last until very late on in the game. So my number 1, no, what am I saying? Sorry.
Number 2.
Raphael's number 2, Camel Up. And we have our second crossover, which is at the same number this time. My number 2 game to play with my son or my kids is Camel Up. For all the reasons I just mentioned. So we'll just move straight on to our number 1s.
Yeah.
All right, so here we have it, Raphael. We're down to our number 1s, our favourite games to play with each other.
Yep.
And up to you. What's your number 1 game to play with Dad?
Rhino Hero. Because sometimes I knock down a building that loses me, but lots of times Dad knocks down it.
It's very true. We only played this the other day, hey?
Yeah, and I won the game.
Did you?
No,
I don't think you did. I think you knocked over the stack.
No, you didn't.
So yeah, Rhino Hero, it's a game where you get walls, and then you've got to put floors on top of those walls and then build them high and high and high, so your hero can have a better view of the city to save the city if need be. Raphael always plays the Rhino.
And this is something else that you can do. If there's a monkey picture, there's these monkeys that you have to place on top of it without knocking down the building. That's true. You just started. It's
a great little game. It's a dexterity game, and it's a favorite, especially with Raphael. My older kids, they're not as big a fans of it, but it's still a great game to get out on the table. So Raphael's number 1.
Rhino Hero.
We have the Super Battle version, but any Rhino Hero is fine. And my favorite game to play with Raphael or any of my kids and almost anyone ever is the Quacks of Quedlinburg. This is a top 5 game for me, period. What's really good about this game is that it is push your luck. So again, you can be the most skilled board gamer in the world. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win this game. It all comes down to a bit of a luck of the draw, but more importantly, making a decision on when to stop. This is one of my favorite games, as I mentioned. I have also never won this game.
I've won
ever
2 times.
Raphael has beaten me. All of my family have beaten me. My daughter, my son, my wife, anyone I bring over, even new people that I think, I'll trick them into playing this game so then I can finally get a win, and they still beat me. So I am horrendous at this game, but I absolutely love it. And I love playing it with my kids.
Sometimes I explode.
Yes, and I explode way too many times. Quacks of Quedlinburg. We also have the Herb Witches expansion, which adds a little bit of extra things too. It's just a fun, awesome game. So now my number 1, Quacks of Quedlinburg. That is our list. I think it's time we stop recording and go play some board games, hey?
Yeah, why not?
See you next time, guys.
Bye.
Cheers.